1971, investigative photographer Thomas Harper disappeared while working on an exposé in Silver Creek, Colorado. Days later, his abandoned car was found near an old motel. The only clue? A chilling final photograph showing a shadowy figure watching him from the darkness. For decades, his case remained unsolved, until a shocking discovery in 1987 finally revealed the truth. What really happened that night? Who was watching Harper? And why were key witnesses silenced? Watch till the end to uncover the shocking truth. On October 12, 1971, Thomas Harper, a 34-year-old investigative photographer, checked into a rundown roadside motel in Silver Creek, Colorado. He was working on a project exposing illegal land seizures and corruption involving local officials. Harper was known for his fearless approach. He had uncovered cases of fraud, police misconduct, and organized crime before. But this assignment would be his last. The morning after his check-in, he was seen in a local diner, speaking to a man later identified as Daniel Reeves, a former town surveyor. Witnesses recalled Harper being agitated, gesturing with his hands as Reeves leaned in, whispering something. A waitress overheard Reeves say, "If they know I talked, I'm a dead man." At 8:30 p.m., Harper returned to his motel room. The front desk clerk, Alice Moore, said he looked nervous, glancing over his shoulder as if someone was following him. He asked her if the motel had a back exit. That night, Harper's camera shutter clicked for the last time. On October 15th, Harper's editor in Denver reported him missing after he failed to submit his scheduled report. When authorities arrived at the motel, they found his car abandoned, keys still in the ignition. His motel room door was unlocked, but inside everything was undisturbed. His bag, his notes, even a half-eaten sandwich. However, his camera was missing. Local police downplayed the case, suggesting Harper simply left town. But his colleagues knew better. He had never abandoned a story before. A week later, his camera bag was found by a hiker miles away from the motel, near a dried-up riverbed. Inside was a roll of undeveloped film. When Harper's editor developed the film, most of the photos were of legal documents, old maps, and property deeds, evidence of illegal land grabs. But the final frame, taken at 9:17 p.m. on October 12th, was different. It showed Harper's motel room window from the inside. The glass was dark, but just outside in the shadows stood a figure in a long coat and hat watching him. The face was obscured. Who was this person? For over 16 years, the case remained unsolved. No body, no suspect, no clear motive. Silver Creek authorities claimed there was no foul play. But in 1987, a new development changed everything. During an excavation of an old abandoned mine shaft on the outskirts of town, workers uncovered a skeleton wrapped in a tarp. Beside it, a rusted camera. When forensic analysis confirmed it was Thomas Harper, the case was reopened. His skull showed signs of blunt force trauma, suggesting he was killed before being dumped. Inside the camera was another undeveloped roll of film. When the images were processed, they told a chilling story. The first few shots were of Harper's motel room, his scattered notes and maps. But the last two frames changed everything. One photo captured Harper struggling with a man in a sheriff's uniform. The next was blurred, possibly taken during the fight, but it showed what appeared to be a shovel in the killer's hands. Investigators identified the man in the uniform, Sheriff William Tate, who had retired in 1980 and moved out of state. When questioned, Tate denied everything, but cracks began to form in his story. Finally, an anonymous witness came forward, an ex-deputy who had remained silent out of fear. He revealed that Tate had taken bribes from developers to force landowners out. Harper had uncovered this corruption, and Tate silenced him before the truth could be published. In 1990, William Tate was arrested and convicted for the murder of Thomas Harper. The last frame Harper ever captured, a blurry image of his own killer, had finally brought justice. For years, Thomas Harper's case was a mystery. His final photograph became infamous, a haunting clue that led to nowhere. But in the end, his own work solved his murder, proving that even in death, the truth can still come to light. What do you think? Could there be more cases like this, hidden away in history? Let us know in the comments.